Hey guys, Zane here, and again, Happy New Year to you. Uh, just got off my Peloton bike, and I'm actually in the infrared sauna, and it just got me thinking. With the start of a new year, I'm sure that you know you're always looking for some kind of a fresh start, or at the very least, to do something a little bit better than you did last year. It's kind of an innate thing we all have within us. I'm sure you would agree that at the start of every year, we kind of have that opportunity to clear the decks, to create new goals for ourselves, um, and almost to even set up a clean slate, so to speak. So if this sounds like you and you're, wanting to get 2022 off on the right foot and improve some things, perhaps on last year, then I guess this message is for you. I want to just spend a few minutes talking about discipline, and in particular, why discipline, I believe, is your friend. And I heard a message, a fantastic message earlier today from Tyler Tolman, who a lot of you guys may well know. Is just a guru when it comes to healing and detoxification and fasting, and he's been working with a lot of people over a lot of years to help them heal from a lot of chronic health conditions. But really, at the center of Tyler's message was, how the only real cause of dysfunction and disease in the body, really comes down to congestion and toxicity. And what I want to talk about today in this short video is more so, the aspect that our mind plays, because, Tyler kind of touched on it. Our emotional blockages have a big impact on our physical well-being, and also our mindset, and by default, the problem we all have is that our mind is always trying to protect us and keep us in our comfort zone, and to do or to look for the path of least resistance. And so if we're going to practice discipline and to really experience the best of ourselves, and to reach our personal potential and a personal level of fulfillment that we all are capable of, but we tend to get bogged down, and we tend to kind of lose as time goes on. We have to take on those demons. We have to take on that part of ourselves that wants to keep us in our comfort zone. And in our mind, we have what I like to refer to as one captain and a whole lot of generals. And those generals are basically just operating by default. They're operating subconsciously. They're a product of your environment, what you've grown up with, the habits you've formed over time. So it stands to reason that if you haven't done a great job of practicing discipline and consistency over the years, then you're going to succumb to those generals. And it's not that those generals want to do the wrong thing by you. It's just that they don't want to do anything outside of what they already know. And so, it's kind of a bit of a metaphor for how important it is for us to stand up sometimes to those demons, or to those subconscious behaviors that we have, and to stand up and say, you know what, I'm in charge, I'm the captain here, and this is what we're going to do today. And, you and I both know that at various times in life, it's very easy to fall by the wayside when it comes to our health and our wellness and our diet and, our exercise routine, to take our relationships for granted, to get stuck in our career or job, to be hanging around people that, keep us comfortable but don't really help us become the best version of ourselves. So there's all these aspects that we're constantly challenged by in life, and where we really need that captain to stand up and to take charge. And so, for me, discipline is just so important. It's a life skill. And, some of you may know that for pretty much 18 years, I was very deeply involved in martial arts, studied a style called Zendu Kai, which then morphed into Muay Thai. But, you know, throughout that time, I pretty much had two instructors, but one primary instructor, and his name was Kyoshi Dave. And, you know, Kyoshi Dave's mantra was train hard, fight easy. And, you know, back then, particularly through the 90s, it was a very rugged style, very, very aggressive style. You know, we used to, a lot of crazy things used to go on behind closed doors in the dojo. And it really was a test of our will and our ability to tap into the inner parts of ourselves that we didn't know that we had. But what it did was it made us stronger. And for me, it was that experience that really cultivated for me an element of discipline that I've been able to apply to other aspects of my life. Now, I'm not saying you have to be like me and you have to be, you know, any kind of crazy, and I don't consider myself crazy at all, but I think my main message is that, you know, we've got to be able to stand up and to take charge if we want to be the best version of ourselves. You know, it's been said before that most people are living at little more than 40% of their potential. And it really is a crying shame, because, you know, we come into this world with so much hope. We all have an equal opportunity when we come into this world. It could be argued. You know, we all know people who have grown up in fortunate circumstances who have thrown it all away and chosen a different life for themselves. And then we know people who have grown up in immense hardship and have used that as a symbol of strength for them to go on and create a great life for themselves. So for me, it's no real excuse as to how you were brought up. It's more so to, you know, that phase in our life where we decide to really rationalize with what's right and what's wrong and who it is that we want to be and how we want to show up in this world. That's where we get to really cultivate who we are as human beings. So, you know, you got to quit blaming yourself. You got to quit blaming your environment, what you've grown up with, and you've got to start taking responsibility. And for me, that's a discipline. And I think more so than ever before, we all need to draw on a degree of discipline that we all have inside of us that perhaps maybe has been dormant for some years, because the odds are against us right now. You know, we have an environment all around us that is very suppressive. It's not by nature causing us to extend and to expand and to live at a high level of vibration. It's designed for us to live at a very low level of vibration, and you can see it all around you in people. And so if you want to live a great life, particularly against the odds, into what I believe is going to be some pretty tough times ahead, we're going to have to cultivate that skill of discipline. And I know you've got it in you. We all do. I didn't feel like getting on the bike at all this afternoon, but I just know how great I feel when I do that. So I got on there and I flogged myself for 30 minutes, had a bit of a cool down ride, and all of a sudden I feel great, you know, and jumped in the sauna, and I'll probably do this for 20-30 minutes, and you know, it'll be 6 o'clock, and I know that I would have put some self-care dollars in the bank for today. So guys, that's really my message today. Discipline is your friend. You've got it in you, and it doesn't matter whether you're just trying to do some simple things right. You know, you're trying to heal from something, you're trying to boost your emotional well-being, or if you're trying to run a marathon or train for a marathon, it really doesn't matter. You can choose a level that works for you, and as I like to say, choose a level that you can stay consistent with, and that really is the most important thing. All right, so have a great night. That's my little message for now. Stay strong, live well. Thanks for watching, and always remember that it's so important to be your own greatest fan. All right, this is Zane signing out. I'll see you soon.